Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about foundation. I am going to be showing you how to select the perfect foundation for your particular skin type, your skin tone, all of that. And I'm also going to be teaching you how to apply the foundation on your face. And if you can just ignore this curly mess, that would be great because my hair is still kind of wet, just came out of the shower, so they're still kind of drying, so we'll just let them be, but we'll get into the tutorial. So how do you get the perfect foundation for yourself? The market is saturated, honey. There are so many options to choose from that as a novice it can be so incredibly daunting to figure out which one is the best for you. The first thing that I would ask you guys to figure out about yourself is your undertone. What is your undertone? Are you a yellow tone person? Are you a pinky tone person? Are you olive toned? Are you neutral? You don't lean towards yellow, or you don't have any pinky undertones as well, so you're more neutral. There are so many things to consider when you're looking to buy the perfect foundation for you. So always figure out your undertone, because your foundations can look like they match you, but they might not, because once you apply them on your face they look like a mask. That usually happens because the foundation does not match your undertone perfectly. So if you're a yellow tone person, naturally you just have greeny veins and you are yellow toned. If you have a pinky undertone, you'll tend to have more bluer veins. And if you cannot figure out what color your veins are, if you don't know whether they're green or whether they're blue, they might just be neutral. You might not be a yellow or a pinky undertone person, you might just be neutral. So these are some things that you have to figure out about your particular individual self. Nobody else online can look at a photo of you and tell you that this is the perfect foundation for you. Here is what shade you need to use. You can get a little close, but you have to figure out these things yourself basically. So for example, this foundation from Fenty, this is in the shade 270. It looks like it matches me perfectly. I got it from Sephora Dubai, and when I swatched it in store it looked kind of great, and I didn't look at what the undertone of the foundation was. So this is more like a pinky undertone, and when I apply it on my skin, you can see, if I just give you a little swatch right there, you can see it looks like it matches me really well, right? So once I apply it all on my face, it would look really great. That doesn't happen, because it ends up looking like a pinky mask on my face. It does not match like my undertone. So even though the shade looks like it matches me, the undertone does not, and it can look so off. That's why it's so important to figure out your undertone. I'm definitely getting that Fenty foundation in my correct shade when I travel abroad, whenever we get a chance to do that, because I definitely want this foundation in my correct shade, because this is an awesome foundation. But yeah, so after you figure out your undertone, you want to figure out what skin tone you are. So a lot of the brands are coming out with a lot of foundation shades, and that is great, because that means that all of us can get the perfect foundation which matches our undertone as well as our skin tone. So most brands have 4 or 5 categories in which they divide their shades. So they'll have like a set of light shades, then fair shades maybe, then they'll have some medium tone shades, and then they'll have deep and dark shades. So that is how foundations are usually categorized. And once you figure out your skin tone, within those categories you can find your undertone. So whenever you're buying a foundation online, for example, I am a medium skin tone. I'm not too fair, I'm not too deep, so I consider myself a medium skin tone. So when I go online and I shop for my foundations, I straight away go to the medium skin tone section, and then I look for yellow toned foundations. So I have a medium skin tone with a yellow undertone. So that is how I always get I basically always get my perfect shade when I'm shopping online for foundations. Now mistakes like this don't happen anymore, because I've learned with my experience. So I'm telling you all of this information so you don't have to make the same mistakes that I did. If you are investing in a nice, luxurious, expensive foundation and you go into a store, they'll usually have like a makeover experience, and they'll usually apply the foundation for you. So in stores like Kiko, Smashbox, MAC, Sephora, they'll usually have these services where they'll apply the foundation on your face for you, and you can see how it looks and all of that. So if you can do that, if you can have that personal experience, then that is amazing, because before buying a foundation, you can see how it settles on your skin after a few minutes as well, because some foundations tend to oxidize. and they get a little bit darker over time. So if you have that option of applying that foundation and just walk around, see yourself in natural sunlight, figure out how it looks on your skin, what kind of finish it has, whether it makes your skin look overall better, you know what I mean? Because that is why we wear foundation, because we want our overall skin to look more even and just like a better version of it. Not to say that we are not all naturally gorgeous and nobody needs makeup, but we just, you know, put a little bit of makeup on to feel better about ourselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. So after all of this, you want to look for foundations that suit your particular skin type. So some foundations are great for all skin types. They have a nice natural satiny finish, whereas some foundations are meant for dry skin types, so they'll usually have keywords like hydrating or plumping or moisturizing and things like that. So those are better for drier skin, and if you have extremely oily skin, you want foundations that say smoothing or mattifying or, you know, pore minimizing or things like that, because those are going to be more mattifying foundations. So now, after you've figured out your skin tone, you've figured out your undertone, you've figured out your finish, now you want to understand how to apply the foundation on your face. The first way how you can apply foundation is just simply using your fingers. Just take a little bit of foundation and spread it all over your face. The tools that God gave us are awesome, and your fingers blend product beautifully on your skin. There's a natural heat in your skin, and that melts products into your skin and makes it look one. So if you love using your fingers to do your makeup, that is great. There's nothing wrong with using your fingers, but you can also use some tools to give you a better finish, to make the job easier for you guys. So the first tool that I want to show you guys is this foundation brush. This is like a paddle brush, as you can see. It's like a flat foundation brush. You'll usually see a lot of makeup artists use this brush, and this is great to just apply foundation, get the maximum coverage out of it, because this is literally like painting your face. If you have a lot of large visible pores, I won't particularly recommend this brush, because this just glides the product right over your skin. It is not buffing the product into your skin. It's not like getting one with your skin. It is like sitting on top of it, which can be great for makeup artists, and which can be great with products that have a lot of coverage. You can really make sure you get the perfect amount of coverage. I feel like these brushes are great for stage and TV makeup and all of that. But if you want to make sure your foundation looks absolutely natural and it looks like it's blending in with your skin, and it also minimizes the look of your pores, I want you to take a buffing brush like this. This is the Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush. It's the OG foundation brush. So with this product, you can just take a little bit of foundation, apply it directly on your skin or on the brush, and just go over your skin in circular motions like this. I would personally like to spread it all over my face first and then go in with the brush to spread it. Now when you do that, the bristles are literally going inside your pores and just putting the product right in there. So it literally just makes your pores look smaller, and everything just looks more one with the skin, more buffed in. But I do find that using a brush with extremely mattifying foundations makes them look a little bit patchy. So if you have a mattifying foundation, I would always recommend using a beauty sponge, which is my favorite way of applying products on my face. I feel like I can even do powders with a sponge. This is like a one great awesome tool to do your entire makeup. So my preferred way to apply foundation is using a sponge, but you can definitely apply your foundations with a brush. They look absolutely beautiful. I love using a brush with my more hydrating dewy foundations, because I feel like a brush just really makes them buff into the skin. They don't need extra hydration from the wet sponge. So we are going to apply the foundation today using a beauty sponge. Maybe I should do like half and half. Half face brush, half face sponge. Let's do that so you can see the finishes on both sides. I am going to take the Sugar Aquaholic Priming Moisturizer first, just to juice up my skin a little bit. It's a very moisturizing, silky feeling primary product. I won't call this particularly a primer because it's just to moisturize your skin before makeup, but I feel like it works great to moisturize your skin just before makeup. Even though I have a lot of skincare on, I feel like I just want to add more and more moisture. I have combination skin. I don't need to use so many moisturizing products because my skin does get oily and dewy throughout the day by itself anyway, but I usually love when my skin looks glossy and glowy, and I would much rather look oily than look dry. So that's my personal preference. Now I'm just taking the Sugar Most Eligible Primer. This is like a pore filling primer, which you guys must have learned about in last week's class. So that I'm just gonna press right here where we usually have larger pores, and this is also kind of mattifying, so I also packed some right on my forehead. The foundation that I'm going to be using today is by NYX. This is my all-time favorite foundation. This is such a beautiful foundation, you guys. You can get absolutely full coverage with this as well. You can mix it in with your moisturizer to create like a tinted moisturizer. This is perfection. Okay, I'm going to talk more about this in my top 10 foundations video. But I usually mix the shades True Beige and Medium Olive. The shade 09 Medium Olive looks great on my skin when I just have a little hint of tan. Right now I'm pale because I haven't left the house in, I don't know, what feels like 6 or 7 months other than groceries and the vet. And this shade 08 True Beige, this is more yellow toned. This also looks really nice on my skin. So I usually just mix both of them together. Both of them match me. I have like a olivey yellow undertone, so both of them look good on my skin. So, but I stay the F away from pinky toned foundations. Okay, I don't want any pinky toned foundations near me. No, they don't look good on me. So, okay, so I'm gonna do this side with the brush and this side with the sponge, and I actually have a few zits, hormonal zits right now, so I can show you the coverage and all of that as well. So this is great. So I'm just gonna start applying this on my face, and you can see as soon as I apply it, it looks just a little bit lighter than my face. But that is fine because that means that it's matching my neck and my chest. So you can see my neck and my chest is a little bit lighter than my face anyway. I don't know why that is. That's just how it is. So you always want to match your neck and your chest because you want to look like the whole of you belongs to one body. Okay, so this is how the foundation looks once it's applied. This side is with a brush and this side is with the beauty sponge. Now, I personally feel like this side looks a little bit more juiced up and just livelier, where this side is a little more flat. And I also feel like you get a little more coverage with the beauty sponge as well, and it's also more targeted application because you can just, you know, pounce the sponge right where you're applying your product and get your coverage there, whereas your brush is just swiping product across your face. I hope that makes sense, but I personally just prefer sponges, so I'm gonna go across my whole face with my sponge. Now I just want to mention, whenever you're using a sponge, make sure you have squeezed it a few times under water and it's nice and wet, but it's not dripping wet. So the last time you squeeze it, you want to soak it off in a towel and make sure it's rid of any of the excess water, and it just has this nice fat spongy consistency. Okay, so now that we know how to apply foundation, I think I'm just gonna sponge my whole face with my sponge because I just prefer the finish of a beauty sponge. I am gonna do my whole face, put the whole shebang on and come back. Okay, you guys, so I'm back with a full beat. As you can see, my face is fully done up, and this is what the foundation looks like once it's settled.
But let's be honest, I have a lot more products on my face, like concealer and powder and makeup setting spray and bronzer and blush and highlighter.
But anyway, that's the whole makeup look, but this is how it looks once it settles down. As you can see, everything looks one, it looks blended with my neck and chest, and everything looks like it's one tone. So it really makes a huge difference when you choose the foundation that is perfect for you. It's like creating the foundation of your makeup. So you need to have a blank canvas so you can begin and start painting your face. So foundation will give you that nice blank canvas to work with. So I hope you found this video helpful. Do let me know by liking this video and sharing it with your friends and family so we can all grow together. And if you don't want to miss any more informative videos in this series, you have to subscribe to my channel, okay? Otherwise you're just gonna miss out on fun future videos like this, and you don't want to do that because I have a very fun masterclass going on right now, and I also share my favorite top 10 products of every category with you guys. So tomorrow there's going to be a new video up on my channel where I'm going to talk about 10 awesome foundations that you can buy. And yeah, just be subscribed for all of that. And also don't forget to check out my Instagram because there is a lot more on Instagram. I do a lot of fashion on Instagram as well, so if you're interested in that, go check it out. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I love you. I'm going to see you super soon in my next one. Bye bye.